Good evening. Just to wrap up of the work session and council meeting for the City of Grand Rapids for February 12th, 2018. We had one topic of discussion at the work session this afternoon, and that was our engineering department. They came in and they gave an overview of our ADA compliance requirements that we have as a City of Grand Rapids and what we have been doing project related and what we continue to do from a city standpoint of meeting those ADA requirements in Grand Rapids. I think the interesting part was if we were to do all of the compliance requirements at one time, it would be $1.5 to $2 million of cost. But what we are choosing to do is to work on this over a period of time, build it into projects and specific areas. So curb cutouts and accessibility issues into some of our facilities, parking stalls, and the other requirements that we have as a city. We are certainly looking at doing them from a priority standpoint, working at the downtown business district and then kind of building out. Consent agenda this afternoon, just a couple of ones that I would like to touch on. We took a loan out against ourselves from ourselves, so we borrowed a little over $600,000 for a term of 6 years at an interest rate of 0.5, so 0.5% the first year, with 25% added each year after that, so that even though we're borrowing from our own fund, what we're doing is we're paying that fund back so that any shortage that the fund may have incurred because that money had been borrowed by the city would be replenished through an interest payment that we will pay to ourselves. We accepted, as I said, the transition plan. We had presented it at the work center, and then we accepted that plan going forward at the under consent. We have another agreement with the City of Cohasset, Amendment number 3 on mutual aid for cemetery services and the sextant and how that works. So we're in term 3 of that agreement. We moved some monies around, so we moved from a capital projects fund on 7th Avenue, the bridge rehabilitation. If you remember the bridge that was fixed on 7th Avenue, the funds that were left in there we transferred over because they are bridge funds. We are using those funds on the PED bridge that's going to have work this summer and stuff and be finishing up. So we moved $122,000 over into that account. We also move some capital money around into an arts and culture projects. Arts and culture has been important from us from a city standpoint of how we are doing public art within the city of Grand Rapids, so we are continuing to look at that. We did on the pedestrian bridge some of the work there. Blandon Foundation, as they always have been, were gracious enough that they gave us a $50,000 grant as it relates to that pedestrian bridge. And then also we adopted capital projects move from infrastructure bonds. It sounds funny, but 2017 money we moved back to 2016 in order to pay off a project that had been shorted on money. So we moved $91,301 from our 17 infrastructure bonds to the 2016 infrastructure bonds, paid that remaining bill, and then closed that fund out. Mike Liebel was in this evening from a department head standpoint and gave an overview on the fire department. It's currently operating at 29 employees, so they're actively looking for one more employee. Full staffing there based on employees is 30, but we'd typically like to have 32, so we've always got 2 almost like firefighter trainees in interning kind of a mode. But very good report there on the activities they had. They got a lot of training in this year. Actually, if you figured it up with full-time jobs for the fire department, they spent over 2,000 hours of training outside of their fire calls that they responded to. We're going to have University of Minnesota update on our IRA Civic Center expansion project. So the impact that hockey and the impact that boys and girls clubs and daycare and stuff is going to have on the community. It's a short and quick. It's a $4,000 expenditure to get updated from the University of Minnesota what that current impact is. Remember when we had that done in 2015, the report showed that there was a $3.4 million impact on the city of Grand Rapids from a positive standpoint, having 8-team tournaments. Well, we've gone to 12-team tournaments since then. We've increased the tournaments, and we're looking at doing other things under the Kids Campus umbrella at the arena. So all in all, I think that's going to be good information for us to have. Our community development department got rid of their 2001 pickup into a 2018 one. We're doing a lot of traveling for trainings and stuff under community development, so that's an important part that we are trying to get done there. We had a bench that was donated from the Rapids Riders ATV Club at the fairgrounds. These benches cost about $1,800, but they wanted to donate a bench in honor of Baron Cottingham, so we accepted that as well. Then we updated our stormwater utility payments that we pay. So a homeowner now going forward will be paying $675 a month, and we also set minimum amounts for businesses. So you got a small business but it has a bigger footprint impact based on a lot of tar and stuff down. So the minimum for any business would be the same as a homeowner at $675 a month. We are going to make some parking restrictions on 7th Street Northeast and 11th Avenue Northeast as we do them projects going forward. Remember, those roads are in the infrastructure capital improvement plan under engineering to narrow those streets, and as we are looking at that, there will be some parking restrictions that will also accompany that going forward. And then finally, Lynn, our HR director, was in, talked about the bargaining unit agreement that we have with the clerical union, a 2-year agreement, 1% increase plus a $500 lump sum and $1,375 into their insurance premium in 18, and a 2% increase with no lump sum payment in 19, but a $1,450 insurance payment into their costs of insurance premiums. So with that, we're looking forward to seeing everyone again on the 26th. Be safe. I would like to thank those of you that attended the Jerry and Shirley Minor kickoff. We had a proclamation this evening that noted in Grand Rapids, starting yesterday, Sunday the 11th through the 17th, is Jerry and Shirley Minor Week in Grand Rapids for all the contributions over 4+ decades that they have made to literally every organization that's out there that does fundraising or needs money, that have gotten contributions with capital projects in this community, from, you name the project, from arenas to hospital expansions and stuff. The Minor family have been out there and they have been active supporters in the community. So we are taking this opportunity to recognize the Jerry and Shirley Minor for their contributions. So you'll see that around, and there will be something coming out, I believe, in the paper shortly, once again, just proclaiming that and recognizing them. We appreciate them as a family, and I know the community appreciates all the support that they've had from that family when they've gone in there to ask for some type of support, whether it's product or capital or just participation as a business in town. They've been great for the community, and wish them we wish them well in the out years of residents in Grand Rapids. So take care, and we'll see you all again on the 26th.